Peace, wholeness, love, and light to the tribe. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And yes, this is going to be a Gemini entering in Uranus energy reading. Okay. I hope everyone is just feeling great in this brand new energy, this brand new cycle, okay, that we're pushing into, pushing past things in the past, and we're embracing this new abundant cycle, okay? Burning some Palo Santo, okay? The Palo Santo is hidden. The Palo Santo is hitting, okay, clearing everything out. Yeah, even if it's in you, okay, detox, cleanse, purge. We have released so much, okay, from this past cycle. And we're entering in a new cycle, a new paradigm shift is here, as this just so happens to be on 7/7. Okay. So this is a huge portal day, a huge portal time. As Uranus cycles are in sevens. So this is all about that divine frequency, that divine alignment, and moving with your intuition and letting things go that need to be released so you can continue to push through and tap into your true abundance. And whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you desire, you can pull into your aura, you can manifest. Okay. It's just about realizing that and taking those actions at this time. All right. So yeah, I love this because I really feel like this is about a 7 year of completion. Okay, so these past 7 years, what have you learned? Okay, your Uranus was in Taurus, and that was all about getting grounded, grounding the mind, and honoring your true values. Okay, valuing yourself, valuing your unique self, no matter what that looks like. Now, as we step into this Gemini energy, this air energy, this double air energy, as Uranus is attributed to Aquarius, which is a fixed air sign, and then we have Gemini, which is a mutable air sign. Things are going to get into the flow, right? This may be unexpected things that happen, right? As Uranus is all about unexpected things, shocking things, electricity, being charged up, and just embracing this new you, this new upgraded you, and thinking and communicating what that looks like to your future self, as well. As Gemini is about communication, the hands, the breath, the lungs, your mind, and just really getting centered with that energy at this time. As we've been working on ourselves, we've been healing, we've been getting attuned with this new energy, and it's all about what have you learned from this past 7 year cycle, and how are you tapping into this new abundant you, this new upgraded you. Okay. And this most definitely is a huge start, as this is on a Aries rising. Okay. So soon as this energy enters in Gemini, it is Aries rising, meaning that is the start, that is the initiation. So this is the start of something great, the start of something new. And I feel like it's a new you. It's a new world. It's a, some people like to call it 5D, right? So we're getting attuned with this brand new essence within ourselves and this brand new cycle within the system. As a part of the solar system, this is the last transit of the outer planets that made a huge shift just this year. All of the outer planets have made a huge shift. Okay. So we had Pluto go into Aquarius, right? We had Saturn go into Aries. We had Neptune go into Aries. We had Jupiter go into Cancer. And last but not least, Uranus that goes into Gemini. So I feel like this is a huge transformation for the generation, huge transformation and shift for the collective, as we tap into a whole bunch of unknown things, right? This is a new cycle for everyone. Everyone I know is pushing through something, and we're just rising. We're rising and rising. And the higher we go, the more clarity we get, the more attuned we get. And it's about connecting with that inner divinities and continue to let that guide you at this time, as both of these are air signs. So it is about going with the flow and mastering the mind, that higher and that lower, that conscious and subconscious mind, so you can continue to push through. Okay. as Uranus is all about that I know, right? That Aquarian energy is I know, and then Gemini is I think, right? So which one is it? Do you know or do you think, right? And this is where you combine what you think and what you know with 111 on the clock. Okay, we know we rising higher to divine portals in ascension right now, right? I know I'm tapping into my true abundance. I know I am a creative ruler. I know I am a god or a goddess, an emperor, empress. Tapping into my inner divinity and mastering myself on all levels and all ways. And that's what this next level is about. It's about being a humanitarian, a revolutionary, working for the community. And how do you serve the community, right? How do you help heal yourself, but also help heal others? As that's what it's about. And then you can kind of tap into these hopes, wishes, and dreams and desires as you watch them manifest from you planting the right seeds with integrity, right? With intention and manifesting your true heart's desires, right? And if you've already been doing everything that you're supposed to do, you already seeing a little peak at your harvest, right? So this is a peak at what the next 7-year cycle is going to be. And also this will be extremely heightened for the next 3 years, right? So things are going to be on the up and up and up, like a straight incline for 3 years. Then it's going to slowly, this is going to set you off for the next generations to come. This is where you start that legacy. This is where you build that legacy. And it's up to you on how you manifest that at this time. And I love this energy because it's so unexpected. And shocking. There will be a lot of good things. There will be a lot of bad things, as this is all about, like I said, revolutionary energy. There was a lot of wars and a lot of Renaissance energy attached to this Uranus and Gemini. So we're going to deep dive into my notes. Those are just some things that we're kind of just coming in and coming through as we are clearing the way for clearing away for the ancestors, right? Clearing away for ourselves, right? As we are our ancestors, their blood run through our DNA, and we have to make sure that we are clear of every step of the way at this time. Okay, so the first thing that I said was we're gonna see something universally that we never seen in history before. Right? So we're going to see something that's never been done before. We're going to see something that we're not expecting. Is going to be something new, something worldwide, something universal that's going to happen. Okay, I don't know if it's, UFOs. I don't know if it's some type of, I feel like right now we're watching as the weather shifts, right? There is global phenomenons happening on the earth, all over the planet. And it's a lot of just things, right? Floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, mysterious clouds, wind storms. It's just everything is shifting. This is the shift. We're in the shift right now, and it's all about what you're doing to shift in the right way, right? How are you shifting and going with the flow of that shift, right? And also history will be made, right? And when I wrote down history will be made, I almost wrote down made like someone that cleans up things, right? And like I said, we are clearing the path for the ancestors, right? So we're cleaning things up, right? So history will be made. History will be cleaned up. We're cleaning up the path. We're cleaning up our DNA. We're detoxing. We're cleansing. We're purging. We're releasing. We're surrendering, right? And opening up to this new abundance, to this new pathway, to this new cycle, right? This new system, this new us, right? So there's a whole lot of things that are transpiring, right? Whether you've gone through a rebirth, whether you're releasing things, whether you've stepped into abundance, whether you're receiving a whole bunch of different opportunities, whether there's nothing but negativity coming your way, know that everything is getting in divine alignment for this next big shift, this next big upgrade, this next big ascension that is happening to all of us, right? It's not just one person. It's not just one group. It's happening universally, right? So, the earth is going into a different part of the galaxy, right? Where is this this portal that is open, because like I said, this is a 7-7 portal, right? And 7-7, we know that's the divine number. We know that is, the day that the Most High rested, let there be rest. Is also a number of completion, right? So it's that reset, right? That quantum reset, so we can align with our highest good, our higher selves, and things that are destined for us start to flow to us easily, right? This is that jackpot energy, right? This is that abundance energy. And the more you get centered and grounded in that and rooted in your spirit, it's unlimited possibilities. Okay. So I also said I wanted to take it back to the past cycles of Gemini and Uranus in Gemini energy. And we all know Gemini, like I said, is all about writing, teaching, speaking, listening, communicating, siblings, friends, that childlike nature, early education. There's a lot of things that's attached to Gemini, thinking dualistically, lover's energy, twin energy, right? So, and the first thing that kind of came up was the printing revolution. So in 1444, 144, okay, the post office was established at this time. Okay, the printing revolution, right? So this is where they started to print out things, started printer companies, started to manifest paper and printing and forms of communication, globally, right? So that's a huge expansion and something unexpected that has to do with writing and teaching and manifesting things, okay? Then we also have the post office was established in 1690, right? So that's huge because not only are we able to print, right? We're able to ship things off, right? That's how we were able to mail things and receive mail and receive love letters and receive notices and contracts and mail money, as the great Nipsey Hussle said, mailbox money and all type of different things. It was just a great revolutionary time for communication, right? As the post office was established at that time, right? Also, we had the Haitian War, the French War that started in 1774. And 1777. So there's that 777 again. Like I said, this is the 7-7 portal. And Uranus is a 7-year cycle, right? So Uranus stays in a sign for 7 years before it transits, and it makes a full circle transits every 84 years. Okay. So this is something that's going to be a huge generational shift as we tap into this energy. The collective taps into this energy, and it's a generational thing that is going to happen and shift and change, especially with that Haitian War. You know what I mean? Tapping back into our spirituality, right? I never seen so many conscious people, woke people, health aware people just wanting to do better, leveling up themselves. Like I said, you ain't even got to be conscious, right? People don't even like to drink milk no more. Right? Where the oat milk at? Right? I'm lactose intolerant. That dairy needs to be dairy free. Right? I never seen so much health conscious things in stores, right? Vegan this, no RSGB, BPA free, right? So all of these things are being communicated when it comes to health, when it comes to ourselves, when it comes to learning, when it comes to our spirit, right? Because we want to nourish our spirit first, then we tap into that physical abundance, right? And with that Haitian War, fighting for your rights, right? This is revolutionary. This is standing up for what you believe in. This is not letting anyone take your land because it's your land, right? This land is your land. This land is my land. No, it's not. This is our land. This ain't for everybody, right? And we everywhere, right? So this is standing up for what you believe in, fighting for justice, right? Speaking your truth and balancing them scales, justice at this time. Even if that means us coming up as a collective and fighting, whatever that may look like, fighting however you got to fight. Because at Haitian War, it was magic that was being done. And it was us tapping into our roots to get it done. Right. Yeah. And I think that's beautiful. You know, the revolution will not be televised, but with all this technology, it just might be. All right. They say it ain't gonna be televised, but it sure is looking like it. Cause I can tap into Africa, I can tap into Haitian, I can tap into China, I can tap in wherever it is on the globe to get information and see people standing and fighting up for justice, whether it is different countries, different religious groups that are being at war right now. They're at war right now. So this is just a great, beautiful time to clean up, blow things away. What's the odds I'm doing this and we got the leaf blower outside cleaning things up with the air, So yeah, things have to get cleaned up at that time, right? Everything that happens is for a reason. Everything that happens is part of the message, right? It's part of the reading. But I love this essence because they were cleaning things up, right? You can't just come in and take our land. You can't just come in and try to govern us, right? We'll govern ourselves, and that's how it's supposed to be. All right. And not only was it the Haitian-French War in 1774, Pluto was also in Aquarius at this time. So what are the odds? We had these two revolutionary planets in the same conjunction, in the same spot, trining one another, right? So this is most definitely something that is destined to happen when it comes to rebellion and speaking our truth and fighting for what's right and tuning into our spirits and just growing and elevating as a collective, right? This is the rise of the collective consciousness as we come together as one to unify. Okay. And this is all about the treaties of friendship as well, right? So the treaties of friendship was established in 1786, which is true independence, right? That's true sovereignty, really tapping into the treaties. Like I said, the pen is mightier than the sword. Shout out to my Moors, right? Who stand on indigenous rights, the law, right? Allah, right? That is the real government, right? That is the real code, abiding by the treaties, abiding by the true law, right? And you have to research and learn and study in order to know those codes, because we are the true landlords here, right? We are the true indigenes of this land. But if you don't know, then you don't know. So if you know, so it's all about studying to learn, to elevate, to know who you truly are, because it's our birthright. It's our birthright to have this land. It's our birthright to govern ourselves. But a lot of people don't know that. And it goes a lot deeper. I can't really get into it because I want to keep this video up. But if you know, you know. And if you don't know, you better go look it up, right? Go study the treaties of friendship, 1786, and the independence, right? We also had the Barber Wars in 1803. Right. And this is all attributed to Uranus in Gemini. So these were wars that were fighting for indigenous land, fighting for our mind, fighting for what's right for our future generations to thrive, to grow. And I feel like that's what's happening right now with all of these wars that are going on, right? Especially with the electronics, right? Technology, cobalt, with these Congo. It's so much going on globally that they try to censor, right? But if you open up your eyes to what's really going on, you see the bigger picture. And it's not just one spot, it's everywhere. So this is everything is happening right now because it's in divine alignment to happen right now. So this is where we get in tune with ourselves, get in tune with the tribe, because it's going to come a point in time where we have to come together and rise up and stand up for our beliefs, stand up for what's right, and stand up for justice. Otherwise, it's just going to be chaos. And sometimes it has to be chaos before there is order, but it has to be organized chaos, right? If we're working together to make something happen, instead of being divided, then we get things done a whole lot better and a whole lot faster. So this is going to be that time, y'all, where we see a lot of revolutionary things popping off. So I'm just getting y'all prepared because it's already happening right now. And this is just that cycle. It's just that time, right? Yeah, and the Barber Wars. So like I said, again, this is where indigenous people were fighting for their land, and fighting for what's right. As European cultures would try to come in and colonize, and the melanated people of that land weren't having it. And I mean, with every war, every war that's on here that pops up, it's the same story. So something's gonna have to change, and we are that change, right? It's gonna be a lot of unexpected things popping off, but we have to make sure we're at the forefront of this battle, because we've been fighting this war physically for a long time, and it's really not getting us anywhere. So we have to revert back to our spiritual beliefs and fight this war spiritually, so that way we can tap in on a higher level like our ancestors did to win the war physically. Okay. All right. Now, we also had the treaties of peace in 1836. And I'm going to look that up myself because I just was writing things down, and I want to give it to y'all the right way. Okay. Because this is stuff we supposed to know. Yeah, the treaties of peace and friendship. The peace treaty is a formal agreement typically between warring nations that officially end a state of war. It is a type of legal document that outlines terms of resolving conflict and establishing lasting peace. Peace treaties differ from ceasefire or truces, which are temporary halts to fighting and surrendering where one side gives up. Okay. So yeah, peace treaty was established in 1836. Because it was just, war. It was World War I, World War II, Civil War. Like I said, the Barber Wars, the French Haitian War, wars within wars, infiltration, and just all type of stuff. So they was like, no, we got to sign a peace treaty. We got to come to some type of agreement, especially if we're going to be on this land. We can't be fighting and killing each other, which is, after 1,000 years, after about 1,000 years, and this is just legally documented. This is just fighting. I'm only 22 minutes in, and it was nothing but war, you guys. So every time Uranus went into Gemini, it was some type of revolutionary war that happened. Okay. And I did my research. I did my history. I'm like, wow, it's nothing good. I didn't see anything good that came out of it except for order, right? There has to be, tears for happiness. There has to be struggle for organization. There has to be struggle for peace, right? There has to be fight for love, right? So it's always that polarity. So there has to be some type of tension, some type of stress, some type of pressure to be put on a diamond to make it a diamond, right? All right. Then we have the U.S. Civil War in 1861. Okay. We had World War II in 1941. We had the Cold War in 1942, right? So, and now we see what type of time we on, because we are in a current war, whether they want to say it or not. I don't care what they say. We are at World War III, right? A Cold War, right? Especially with this AI and resources, right? Technology, right? It's all type of war and chaos and fighting going on. So I just want to send a lot of love and light out to everyone who is fighting a good fight. We are spiritual warriors, and we will keep operating from justice to stand up for what we know is right, and that is operating from the Most High, right? By any means necessary. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. All right. And that's for that. Okay. But yeah, so that was just a little bit of history I wanted to give y'all on this transition. And it's very deep. It goes a lot of deep. Like I said, I gave y'all the time, I gave y'all the time frame, I gave y'all the names, do a lot of research because I was deep diving into this, and it goes deeper. That I didn't want to, like I said, we already 20 minutes in. We just talking about the history of it. I didn't get into the channel messages. I didn't get into the chart. I didn't get into the meditation, and I didn't even do a meditation. So we're going to do that live too. All right. So yeah. But yes, this is, and I feel like after, like I said, we do that cleanup, right? It's just like when you're cleaning up your house or cleaning up anything, right? Cleaning up clutter. It has to be clean in order for it to be order, right? Then everything is organized. Then everything can work according to plan. Everything flows better, right? It's like blocking a vent, right? The air can't come through properly. So you have to clean the vent. Then the air flows through. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, Uranus will be in Gemini starting July 7th up until May 22, 2033, which is, you know, it's a 7-year cycle for you to get your things together, for you to clean up whatever needs to be cleaned up, release whatever needs to be released, so that way you can tap into your fullest potential. This is going to set you up for your legacy, set you up for the years to come. And I'd rather get it done now than wait till later and be wishing I would have did it. All right. We are master manifestors. We are co-creating with the Most High. So this is most definitely the perfect time to do it, and do it right, and do it now. All right. Just do it like Nike. All right. So yeah, I said Uranus is rebellion. It's the humanitarian. It's breaking through. It's freedom. It's unexpected changes. It's chaos. It's shocking events. It's great awakenings. It's also great illusions, right? So I feel like we're breaking through a great illusion right now, and people are having spiritual awakenings. Like I said, I've never seen so many people that are health conscious and aware of themselves and wanting to heal themselves, wanting to love themselves, wanting to do better, right? We're breaking through that illusion of this matrix and tapping into our inner divinity at this time. Okay. I also said this is a time of new beginnings, being optimistic, fame and fortune in the future, hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true with the groups and the collective. Also social awareness, social influencers is going to be a big time of influencers, leaders. Just, we're going to see a lot of people going viral, a lot of people speaking out on things, a lot of revolutionary things taking place. And it's just up to us to govern that at this time, right? You want to be ahead of the curve, right? You want to ride the wave, not get caught up under it. So this is a great time to execute any goals that you want during this cycle, and get it done. And don't procrastinate on your hopes, wishes, and dreams, because that only hurts yourself in the future. Okay. Also technology and information for the generation. And I said that because, like I said, this is Uranus going into Gemini. Freedom of the mind as well. This is where you free your mind. And that was a big thing, freeing your mind of illusions, freeing your mind of self-sabotaging things, freeing your mind of other people, of pressure. Just be free. What does freedom look like to you? What does being free look like to you? Right? What does being whole look like to you? What does being full of love and light looks like for you? Follow that and tap into that, and it'll be unlimited possibilities. Okay. I also said mental mastery. So mastering your mind, mastering your intelligence, and not letting outside things govern that at this time. Yeah, so mastering your mind on all levels. Okay, your subconscious mind, your conscious mind. Make sure you're not caught in the illusions, delusionment, confusion, and making sure that you're aware. Okay. and being aware of all states of mind. Where are you at spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, financially, just mastering your mind, right? And speaking of mastermind, also mastermind groups. Okay. Shout out to Soul Tribe, right? As we are tapping into mastering our minds and linking up with collective who have the same ideas, the same mind frame, the same goals, to work together and to continue to push forward on this journey. As this is a good time for karma as well. Okay. So be mindful of what you're putting in, what actions you're doing. Because it's kind of like whatever you do comes back to you. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. So if you've been giving it 80%, you're going to get 80%. If you've been giving it 5%, that's what you're going to get out of it. Okay. So make sure that you are putting your full potential, highest potential, operating out of love and light to continue to push you through and continue to help you elevate and ascend at this time. Okay. Hold on. We got to get the energy right because, excuse me, because it was just some unexpected things that's happened on behind the scenes. Okay. So unexpected things will be happening behind the scenes, and it's going to be up to you on how you react to those things. Okay. That's where mastering the mind and having emotional intelligence is going to come into play, right? Because you could react crazy or you cannot react at all. You could speak your truth and your peace, but it's all about how you say, right? I always used to hear it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. Oh, you look good, right? Or, oh, you look good. Okay. Not what you say, but how you say it. So I'm going to cleanse my energy. And this is some of the best smelling Palo Santo I have ever had. Shout out to Dr. Be Serious. I mean, ooh, we got to cleanse this energy out here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, it's like hidden things. Hidden things in the background are becoming very clear, right? Also remember to operate from your highest light and try not to let outfight. Try not to let outside things affect your energy, right? As there are going to be distractions. There is going to be chaos. There is going to be a whole lot of everything outside of us trying to distract us, right? As soon as I said that, somebody knocked on the door. Yeah, a whole lot of outside things coming in to try to distract you from what it is that you're doing. And it's up to you to stay focused on your goal at this time, all right? I'm also seeing rainbows in my water, right? So this is also about healing your emotions and being very clear as to what you're consuming at this time. So make sure that you're staying centered in yourself, and make sure that you're nourishing yourself and filling up your own cup at this time. Okay. There's going to be a lot of information that pours in and a lot of healing and cleansing and clearing that happens at this time. Okay, you guys. All right. Rewards from your work. So like I said, whatever you've been putting in is what you're going to get out. A change in education. So the way in how people learn is going to shift. It is already shifting. A lot of people are learning from AI. AI is teaching children. AI is a whole nother level when it comes to learning and growing and teaching as this generation that's going to be their future, right? It was also something else that I wanted to say. Also, how we learn, teach, think, and communicate. Okay. It's going to be a lot of different things that happen with this new line of technology that is entering in the community right now. As this is like a new revolution, that is taking place, and it's happening within the collective and shifting the generation, right? So we just got to be aware of that and make sure that we are doing our part to make sure that we don't get left behind. Make sure that we are helping our kids integrate all of this technology at this time, so that way we can have the best footing in this new system, especially them, because it's going to be them that's going to be interfacing with the technology in the future. Okay. A lot of inventions. There are going to be so many inventions that are created as well. When it goes back to this Uranus in Gemini, because that is being innovative, that is being unexpected things, that is unexpected growth, that is unexpected learning, that is unexpected education. So with you learning new things, there's new ideas that are brewing. There's new everything. Everything is just shifting and changing and growing for the better. And it's better to be intelligent and a genius than to be a fool, right? As Uranus is attributed to the Fool card in tarot. And a fool can go two ways, right? A fool, a trickster, a joker, right? So this can be someone who is ignorant, right? They're a fool. They don't get it, they're not really with the times, right? Or someone who is a fool, someone can be looked at as a fool because they're ahead of the game, right? A lot of people like to call certain geniuses crazy until they're right, right? So they're fool, they're crazy, they're, the crazy genius, right? But really, a fool can be looked at as someone who is in tune with their journey and they trust spirit. They are confident in their faith that they have with the Most High, and nothing can steer them from that. So you really want to be concrete in your divine connection with Source at this time, and make sure that you have a solid foundation and a solid relationship with the Most High that nobody can steer you from. Nobody can shake you out of. No one can test you or challenge you to make you feel like your relationship with the Most High is invalid or is incorrect, right? That's between you and the Most High. That's y'all business. It's not their business. And it's nobody here to judge you, right? It's nobody placed here to judge anyone on this earth. That's not our job, right? So remember to mind the business that pays you. All right. And I also had this saying that kept coming up. It was freedom or foolish, right? So you can either be tapping into your freedom or tapping into being a fool. Okay. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Also these waves, as Uranus is that Aquarius symbol, those waves, the up and down, the hills, the climbing the mountain, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, riding the waves of things, right? As things are coming in waves, the Schumann resonance is going off, the coronal mass ejections are going off. So we're riding the waves of this cosmic wave, right? And we're embracing this new energy and new information as it comes, right? To make sure that we don't get swept under the current, under the frequency, under the energy. We are one with the energy. We are in tune with it. We are integrating it so we can be coming out on top. Okay. As that wave is that water, right? That electricity, that life force, that zigzag, divine intervention, divine interference, divine unions, divine love. Everything is divine when it comes to this energy that is pouring in, because there has to be war for justice sometimes, right? And I feel like that's where the spiritual warriors come into play, because we're able to feel this divine essence, this big mama essence. And big mama essence, water energy, can be nurturing or ferocious. It just depends on what side of the spectrum the energy is on. And that's what energy, period, right? Everybody has this energy. It's up to you with what you do with it at this time. Okay. I also got a sense of temperance energy, right? That alchemy, as that is attributed to Uranus and Aquarius as well. So this is really following the way of the ancestors, following your own path, being balanced and centered as we are ascending, and alchemizing things and having peace and being tranquil and knowing that the divine has us, our angels has us, our ancestors, the angels of light, right? All of these entities and benevolent beings that we work with all have our best interest for us to move higher and move into, move into this divine timeline that is destined to happen. Okay. A rebirth, right? I said alchemy. A lot of us has been alchemizing things to get into balance, right? And when you are in balance, you feel this sense of bliss. You feel this sense of being one with your soul, feeling whole, mind, body, and spirit in divine alignment to ascend. Okay. Also that star energy, right? That star card is that is attributed to Aquarius as well. And that is all about that Phoenix rising energy, that Merkaba, that chariot taking off. So I feel like this is a time where the stars rise, right? We do the alchemy work. We are on the forefront to ascend and to push this generation higher. So that way we aren't living out those same past cycles. We are breaking those old cycles to bring in new abundant cycles at this time. Okay. And we are most definitely divinely guided and divinely protected. And we are detaching from the material realm to get in tune with spirit and the divine. I don't know what I wrote right here. Oh, and when we are in one, when we are one with the divine and we fully trust the divine, that is the recipe to take off. That is the recipe for reciprocity. Okay. So that is what we're tapping into in this exact moment. We are doing the dirty work so that we can have a clear path and a clear future for the children, for ourselves, for the legacy, for the generations to come. And it's all about tapping in and going within to push forward, to push past these old things from the past. Okay. I also got a sense of aquamarine energy. Is aquamarine is attributed to Aquarius. Okay. And aquamarine is a light blue crystal, which is also connected to the throat chakra, that fifth chakra, which is all about communication, listening, angelic communication, spiritual communication. The lungs, right? That's the realm to the higher dimensions. That's the chariot. That's that Merkaba, right? And Merkaba is the water and the fire, the masculine and the feminine, to create that divine union, to create that source, to create that godlike frequency, so that when we ascend and we take off, right? Mother, father, child, that star seed, right? That is planted here, which is us, that helps us ascend and take off to this next level of evolution. Also, that aquamarine is shaped in a hexagon, right? And a hex is a six, right? The six is the carbon. The carbon is what we release when we breathe out. So this is about releasing things and tapping back into our divine nature, which is that melanated being, right? Because we are the melanated beings, the darkness of it all, right? That dark matter, right? That melanin in the universe is dark, right? The pineal gland releases melanin, and the pineal gland is enclosed in darkness, right? Our hearts are enclosed in darkness. The seed, the child, is enclosed in darkness. The seeds that are planted in the ground are enclosed in darkness, which connects them to the mycelium network. And it's this huge, beautiful connectivity energy that is going on, that is as above, so below, right? As the roots to the trees, the mycelium network looks like the veins in our blood, the veins in our bodies, looks like neurons in the brain, looks like dendrites in the nervous system, looks like interconnect cellular and stellar activity in the universe, right? Different cosmos and nebulas when they explode, and nuclei, right? Nucleus and novas, they look the same, as these are all seeds, these are all cycles, these are all circles within circles, right? We are embryos, right, in a circle, an atom. Spirit is showing me the macro in the micro, right? So it starts off as an atom, then the seed, then the child, then the womb, then the human being, then the aura, then the planet, then the earth, then the universe, then the omniverse, then source. right? And it's all connected. It's all interconnected, right? The veins on the trees, the veins in our lungs, the bronchioles in the lungs, right? The nervous system, the atom, the cells, right? All of it is interconnected. And this is a universal thing that is happening. It's not just happening to planet Earth. This is happening throughout the cosmos, right? The solar system, the rings, the aura, the electromagnetism of it all, right? Whoa. All right now, and this is a holistic thing, right? This is the age of Aquarius that we're stepping into. We're being initiated into the age of Aquarius, right? We're going within to tap into the holy grail from within, because the mind is the temple is the body, right? So you have to make sure that you are tapped into your mind. That way you're governed and headed in the right way, in the right place at the right time. So get aligned with your mind, your body, and your soul to stay in this higher frequency at this time. Okay. Also going back to go forward, going in to go out. Right. So this is all about going within to ascend. Right. Because how are you going to go somewhere in the future if you haven't even done the internal work? If you haven't even gone to the past, right? Some people like to say it's not where you at. It's not where you from. It's where you at. It's not where you from. It's where you headed. Right. And I feel like that's all about internal, right? If you don't get your internal right, if you don't get your heart right, if you don't get your ego right, if you don't get your shadow right, if you don't get your mind right, then you're going to keep self-sabotaging yourself. You're going to keep self-sabotaging others. You're going to keep just messing up things in a chaotic way with no order. And that is just a recipe for disaster, a recipe for you to spiral down and not really go up. Okay. Woo. All right. So those were just some channel messages that just came through. Yeah, I'm being like pulled into a channel. So I want to start off with the chart. I want to tap into the chart really quick because the chart was very profound when I was taking my notes. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to show you guys a chart. All right, we got Uranus in Gemini at the 0 degree. And it is also conjunct Venus. So, wow. It's a lot that's already kind of coming through. But this is most definitely about staying in tune with your true values and the values of yourself, right? So I put, this is also a lucky time, right? And unexpected divine intervention. This could be unexpected love, right? And love isn't always just sexual. Love can be family. Love can be friends. Love can be soul tribe. Love of the community, right? People just showing you love in all ways. Spiritual love, divine love, right? Just being favored, right? Lucky, abundance, and abundance isn't always money. This could be abundance of things, spiritual abundance, spiritual gifts coming online, an abundance of opportunities. It's just very auspicious. A lot of auspicious, magical things happening at this time that can only be like the divine's workings. Okay. So yeah, also I put sapiosexual. All right. And big sapiosexual over here. All right. I know a lot of people in the conscious community. It's like if our minds ain't stimulated, if you can't stimulate my mind, right? Like for real, like I need to be, and not even like it needs to be knowledge, it needs to be health, it needs to be something of value, and that is of substance, because the material realm, I feel like it's an illusion, right? But once we ascend past this physical realm and we're into the spiritual, that is where the true abundance is. That is where the true work, the true gold, the true gifts are, right? in that astral plane, in the astral realm, in the spiritual realm, in the ancestor realm, right? That's where all the real true magic is. I want to be one with source, right? So if you can't really, if people, I feel like more people are going to be popping their stuff, really into their bag when it comes to how intelligent they are, how smart they are. They like to say nice guys finish last, the nerds don't get no play. But this is like the flip. Like, I love a nerd. Like, I love somebody that's in the books, that study that's on their stuff. And I feel like a lot of people in the conscious community, they love that too. So this is going to be that time where we see the smart people winning. All right, not being made fun of. Used to be the D boy, and ain't nothing wrong with a D boy. Okay, ain't nothing wrong. Okay, with a little hustler. But I feel like this is that era where the tech, where the smart people, where the people who have invested in themselves in all ways, in all realms, will be high value. Okay. And people's unique values paying off. Okay. Your foundation, the foundation you set opens you up to universal abundance. All right. And I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. So whatever you've been working on, whatever groundwork you've been putting in, whatever you've been nurturing, whatever you've been investing in, that will bring you abundance. Right. So if you've been working on a recipe, right? If you've been working on a project, if you've been working on your business, if you've been working on that special somebody, right? This is where those flowers bloom, spiritually, physically, emotionally, on all ways and all realms, right? This is that completion of that 7-year cycle, right? So whatever you've been working on for the past 7 years, you're going to start to see that bloom in unexpected and beautiful, abundant ways. Some ways that you don't even see coming, and some ways that you can't even imagine. All right. You're going to be receiving way more than you thought. This is like return 1,000-fold. Shout out to Dr. Be Serious. All right. I also said that the moon was opposition of this energy. So, and it's in Sagittarius. So the moon is in Sagittarius, opposition of Uranus in Gemini. So this means that you're going to be really focused on your foundation and home and your emotions and your roots and your values. And the more that you're focused on those things, the more it will help you expand in growth and tap into master manifestation, whatever it is that you really are trying to tap into. You having a grounded center foundation will help you navigate through that and navigate through this time. All right. And I said that because the sun and Jupiter are in Cancer, right? So this is all about growth of self and focusing on growth of self, growth in your foundation, growth with your divine essence, growth with your ancestors, and expanding on that and nurturing yourself and pouring into yourself and pouring into the community, pouring into the children, pouring into the seeds, pouring into the foundation, being mindful of your emotions. So your emotions aren't governing where you're headed at this time, right? You don't want to be doing things out of spite, doing things because you're angry, because you stay on that frequency. You want to raise your frequency and raise your vibration so that way you tapped into a higher realm, and you're able to attract things on that level, right? You want to be a reflection of the highest light. And I feel like that's what we're tapping into with this Uranus and Gemini energy. Woo! Yeah, they trying to pull me up right now, y'all. They're trying to pull me up in the channel right now. They said, come on, because it's already flowing through. It's flowing through, y'all. Okay, I'm almost done, Spirit. Let me get through this last part. And this part is probably the best part of this message, right? And I say that because we have Mercury in Leo at the 11th degree. We have Mars in Virgo at the 11th degree. And we have Lilith in Scorpio at the 11th degree. 11, 11, 11. All right. So soon as I seen that in the chart, it just gave me 3 cycles, 3 lifetimes, 3 past lives, all closing, all collapsing. This is a huge transformation and a huge transition that we are tapping into at this moment. And it's best if we just kind of sit back and watch what happens, because I say this because you already, like I said, this is a past 7-year cycle that's closing out. So whatever you've been doing for this past 7 years is opening up the door for this next 7 years, right? So you're kind of like kicking open the door for something new to come in, right? And not only are you setting yourself up for the future, you're still in the present, right? And while you're in this present energy, you're being lifted and ascended up by the actions and the decisions that you make right now. So this is governing that pathway. This is governing that journey. And it isn't just to get at an end goal, right? Because you learned that lesson within this past 7-year cycle, right? We're not rushing to get to the goal. We are enjoying the journey so we don't miss the hidden gems that's in a treasure chest. And the treasure chest lies from within, right? We don't want to be digging, trying to heal when we miss the lesson, we miss the little things, right? Like, so this is getting back in tune with yourself, getting back in tune with your heart, with your mind, your body, and soul, and doing what feels right for you, because that is the true goal. The true goal, the true end goal is to be one with yourself and to love yourself no matter what that looks like, right? All right now, so I said past, present, and future all at the same damn time. And I say that because it's like we're the ancestors. Like, we are a whole living entity. We are a whole living ancestor, right, from the past, but we are in the present, and we're setting things up for the future all right now. So it's everything, everywhere, all at once, all simultaneously. And we're collapsing timelines and also quantum leaping all at the same damn time. Like, the song that I heard this rising was Future at the same damn time. I'm in Pluto, I'm in Mars at the same damn time. I'm effing too bad at the same damn time. Okay, don't get me started, okay? But what kept playing over in my head was, I'm in Pluto, I'm in Mars at the same damn time. And I'm like, okay, well, where's Pluto at? Pluto is in Aquarius, right? Aquarius is attributed to Uranus, right? And I'm like, well, where is Mars? Mars is in Virgo, and Virgo is attributed to our health, our how do I serve, right? And serve is also attributed to Aquarius, right? Serving the community, right? And then Mars is also attributed to Aries, and this energy is Aries rising. So this is the start of something, and his name is Future, right? So this is the start of the future, right? So y'all already know it's game time. But yeah, I say everything is in divine alignment with that 11, 11, 11, right? Everything is in divine alignment. Destiny is being fulfilled. It's part of our birthright, right? You are already seeing mystical, magical things happen that is aligned for you on your destiny. Your destiny is being fulfilled. This is divine enlightenment, divine interference, and divine intervention at its finest, right? There are some things that are being pulled to you magnetically. You have no control over it, but you do have control over it because it's what you put in, right? So if you've been pouring into yourself and loving yourself, you seeing all of this energy come back to you tenfold, right? And this is a sense of fame, right? This is a sense of self-worth. This is a sense of self-value, as you don't have to worry about outside acknowledgement. You don't have to worry about outside validation or confirmation. You are one with spirit. You are one with yourself. That is all the fame and the fortune that I need right there, right? Because I know I'm famous in other realms. I know I'm famous in the higher dimension for the work that I'm doing here now. I know my ancestors got my back. I know my ancestors are proud of me from the work that I'm doing now. I done broke so many generational curses, right, for the future legacy, for the future lineage, that I don't care about outside things or what people think about me. I know I'm doing my damn job. I know y'all doing y'all damn job, especially if you here watching this video, you own it. And this is your confirmation. Most of the things I'll be saying, I just be giving y'all confirmation, right? So Spirit's going to come in and give you confirmation on a lot of things that you're doing right, and going to push you forward if you falling off track, if you getting off course, right? That's why we butt our heads, or we keep running to the same problems or the same issues, because Spirit is saying go the other way, right? That ain't the right way. Make a U-turn, bust a bitch, turn around. Like, that ain't it, Sis, that ain't it, bro. So this is where we've learned those lessons, right? That last 7 cycle was to learn those lessons so we don't repeat that on this new cycle, because this new cycle is all about abundance. It's all about ascension. It's all about growth. And if you've been doing the right thing, you already seeing the small things come in. You already seeing the little nuggets. You already seeing the gold mine. You being led by spirit. Spirit is giving you breadcrumbs to the gold mine, to a higher timeline. Okay, your girl be coming through with the bars, all right? But yes, this is all about self-worth and self-value and loving yourself and communicating with your heart's desires and working on your health in all ways, all right? Mastering your shadow, all right? So that way your hopes, wishes, and dreams can come true. And that way you aren't manifesting from spite, manifesting from your lower nature, right? Because you can get in that lower nature and get what you want instantly. Right. But that karma comes back. Right. Now you got leeches. Now you got vampiric energy on you. Now you got all of this stuff. It's like, no, we want to operate from our highest light. We want to do things in a divine light. So that way we get divine blessings, divine blessings. Right. That open us up to divine abundance. And the abundance is infinite when you're doing it for the divine. OK, I am abundant in all ways and all things come to me easily. Right? Because I'm tapped in with the divine, and I have a divine shield and a divine aura and a divine mission that I'm on that nobody or nothing can take away from me or steer me off of at this time. All right. So yeah, your hopes, wishes, and dreams will most definitely come true, especially if you're doing it for the divine. If you're doing it with the divine or for the divine, doing it for the highest light, doing it for source, I mean, it ain't no other way to do it. It ain't no better way to do it. All right. So, and that is when you hit that 777 jackpot, right? I put 777 jackpot, right? Because this is the start of the Sirius gateway portal opening, right? It starts at 7-7 and is fully aligned until 8-8. Okay, so this is just the beginning. This is just the initiation. And what you're doing these past 30 days, be mindful of that. Protect your energy, y'all, because there's going to be a lot of things coming through this portal to try to distract us from all of these upgrades, all of this energy. So we have to be in tune with ourselves and be in tune with the Most High. Go into meditation, tap in with your altars, tap in with yourself. Do what you got to do to keep your peace and protect your peace and protect your crown, so that way you don't get led astray at this time. Okay, excuse me. Also, I said the pyramids open up. Okay, the pyramids open. The heart chamber open higher, and activations and ascension. And the reason why I said that is because the way how this chart look in the middle, don't it look like a pyramid, y'all? And not only do it look like a pyramid, it look like this part is opening up to the pyramid, right? So it looks like a pyramid is opening up within another pyramid opening up. So for me, this gave me like your heart chakra opening up. And then it made me think of the 3 pyramids of Giza, and those are aligned with Orion, which is connected to Sirius. So this is most definitely a divine alignment. We may also see something happen with the pyramids or something in Egypt. So in Giza, we already know it's a whole lot of, I can't even talk about that right now because they gonna try to, but everything is in divine alignment, right? So there's something divine that is going to come down, and something divine that is going to happen at this time during this 30-day window period that we're going to see. Is going to be a lot of mystical, magical things. I'm getting the mothership is here. So get ready for takeoff. Get ready to be ascended. Get ready to be pulled up and go higher. All right, they keep pulling me in the channel, and we already know who they is. That's the soul tribe team that's on the other side. All right, they be like, come on, Diamond, give the soul tribe what they need to hear, okay, in a nice positive way. But yeah, we gonna see a lot of divine interventions at this time. So you're gonna see a lot of mystical things, a lot of magical things, a lot of unexpected things, a lot of things that cannot be explained scientifically. It's just gonna happen. All right. Like them bees, them doves, and them dragonflies that was on top of Stone Mountain. It just happened. Right. It's just divine. Right. So it's going to be a lot of stuff like that happening. Also, this energy trines Pluto in Aquarius. So that's harmony with the generation and the collective consciousness rising. All right. And also us coming into our power. Right. So there's going to be a lot of death for the rebirth. It has to. Things have to be destroyed for there to be renewed. There has to be this demolition for the rebuild of the generations. Okay. A rebirth to transmute things and to have a huge metamorphosis. Okay. So like that butterfly energy, right? We are upgrading. We are not the same. We have ascended. We have went into a higher timeline. I would say a higher timeline. Wow. We went into a higher timeline, and we just have to embrace that energy at this time. And whatever that looks like for you, just continue to be in gratitude and continue to be in grace, in the favor of the Most High, as we are protected, we are shielded. I'm seeing a pyramid, and our foundations are set right now. Okay. Wow. They calling me. They said, Diamond, hurry up with this damn chart. And it's 222 right now. All right. Rise in power, transmute, metamorphosis. And also Saturn and Neptune are in Aries, and it's sextile to this Uranus and Gemini energy. So there's going to be lots of rewards if you've been doing the work. Okay, if you've been doing the inner and outer work, okay, there's going to be a huge spiritual reward and a huge physical reward. Lots of abundance. I kept getting 3 pyramids, and then I got Egypt, Kemet, star, aligned, and space. Okay. And space is, like I said, universally and here. Okay. Wow. So yeah, that was my uploads, downloads, history, and chart breakdown. I'm about to tap into a channel message and a meditation because they pulling me in the channel. So all praises due to the Most High. Thank you so much, Source and ancestors and benevolent beings, angels of light that work for me and the collective for our highest good. I'm seeing like a downward arrow, and then it turned into like hands. It's giving judgment, is giving surrendering. Like it looks like someone doing this. So this could also be receiving energy. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be receiving a lot of divine downloads, a lot of crown loads, a lot of information to break us out of this illusion. I'm seeing like a box and an eye. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be breaking the illusions of the matrix. This is, yeah, rise of the collective consciousness. Beautiful. I'm hearing 5D. Wow. Yeah, so we're ascending to 5D as we look at things from different perspectives at this time. Wow. I'm seeing a star. So yeah, we're most definitely ascending at this time. A lot of people are going to be traveling as well. It's giving like Merkaba. A lot of people traveling physically and spiritually at this time. I'm hearing Chariot, Merkaba. A lot of Christ consciousness activations, a lot of shields. Wow, Link. I used to play Zelda, and I just seen like the Zelda sign. His name was Link. I always thought his name was Zelda. That's interesting. So a lot of divine unions as well. A lot of wow, the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together. Divine masculine coming in to uplift the divine feminine at this time. A lot of righteous leaders and righteous teachers coming in to help uplift the divine woman, melanated women, the birthright, the mothers of the chiefs. Wow. I just seen someone put their hand on someone's shoulders. Sovereignty. We got your back. Your ancestors got your back. Oh wow, this is whoo, I just got the chills. This is gonna be very powerful, you guys, because our ancestors are here. Some people will call them aliens, some people will call them entities, some people will call them spirit guides, angels of light. They're all here, and they're here to fight this war with us in the spiritual realm and physically. They're saying we're gonna move SHIT out your way. We about to move stuff out your way to open up the road for you. Ooh, and the divine is here. The divine mother essence is here. Wow. It's saying she is saying I don't play about my kids. The time is now. Where we rise up to our birthright and our divinity. Ashtar. Ashtar. Okay, they speak in light language. She said, Ashtar Anumanas Este So it's given like Rise of the Stars. We're about to be illuminated. Yeah, Rise of the Stars. We're about to be illuminated. I'm seeing, I just seen a phoenix. It didn't open up its wings. It was just rising. Woo, this is powerful. Is something else here. What is that, spirit? It's like something. Ooh. It's a. It's a ship. It's not a mothership. I don't know. It could be a mothership. It's a UFO, UAP, whatever they want to call it. It's beaming down information. For enlightenment. I see an eye. Wow. The eye just got extremely big. Pupils dilated. What is that when people dilate? That means people are in love. Oxytocin, dopamine receptors are open. Serotonin, gamma ray. Okay. Thank you, spirit. A lot of gamma ray frequencies are going to be hitting the planet during this time, due to the portal, the Sirius portal being open here. Wow. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry. They said thank y'all so much for going to the mountain. Y'all opened up the road. Y'all opened up the pathway for this initiation to start off in the right way, as that is one of the ancient pyramids that they try to hide. But everything that's done in the dark is getting ready to be revealed. True power. The ones who are in true power are rising to the light. I'm seeing the pyramids. And I'm seeing lips. I'm seeing them talking to me. So it's going to be, wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Spirits, ancestors, the divine. That was a very powerful, transmission, as B. Dale would say. Yeah, we're about to receive a lot of information. It's going to be, those clairs that are going to be activated: clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, cognizance, all of the clairs, all of your senses are going to be enhanced with this portal. They're saying we suggest that you guys do detoxes, fruit and veggies, or at least a heavy metal detox. There's going to be a lot of Solar flares that go off during this time, especially during the 7788 window gate. There's going to be a lot. I'm hearing hot August nights, dog days of summer. Ooh, a lot of crown activations. They like pulsing on my crown right now. They hella funny. They say, yeah, y'all want y'all superpowers, right? Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Continue to be your authentic self. Don't let anything change your views of who you are. That heart is gold. That mind is gold. You're in divine alignment to receive the gifts of the Most High. We're coming in to restore the power that is rightfully yours. It's time to reclaim your power. Chosen one. Wow, they said thank you. They saying thank you to all of us in the collective consciousness for continuing to rise our consciousness and our hearts in the frequency of the earth, the light workers, the shamans, the shadow workers, the indigos, the crystal children, the ascended ones, the ancient master teachers, the healers, the students, everybody that's on this high frequency level of love and light and authenticity. We thank you and we love you. Whoa. They're showing me a mushroom, but it also looks like a spaceship and it also looks like a jellyfish. So it's going to be something that comes in threes. It's going to change and morph, like metaphors, metamorphosis for the highest light. Wow. Whoa. Okay. It just came through. There's going to be 3 levels of changes, 3 cycles of changes. There's going to be 3 things that change that's going to shift the collective consciousness. We're in the first wave right now. I'm here by the end of 8/8, it'll be complete. So continue to ground yourselves. Continue to stay in high vibrations and hold on to that frequency of love and light. Oh my God. Yo. Yeah, that was like the Divine Mother. That was like Inanna or somebody. That was one of them ones, y'all. Whoa. She just stood up in these huge wings with this golden light around her. Ooh, ashe. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Yeah. Something about to happen in a good way, in a good positive light. Things are shifting for the better, you guys. So yeah, get ready for a beautiful change and shift of revolutionary love as the collective consciousness, the collective community, the spiritual community of love and light. I love it. That's what they call us. The community of love and light. Wow. That's beautiful. As we continue to come together and raise the frequency of the earth, right? Because all it takes is what? 144. The 9 ether to ascend, to continue to transmute. As we go up higher, the earth is going higher, the universe is going higher into this golden age. And this is the initiation as all of the outer planets have shifted. That means that we must shift too, as above, so below. So continue to shine your light, continue to do your thing. There's going to be a lot of good and bad, but stay focused on the good and stay focused on that high vibration, as nothing can steal your joy and your peace if you let it. We are coming together as a collective group, and we'll continue to rise higher. Wow, it said Anana Ishtar, Isis energy, Ma'at energy, divine feminine, big mama energy. I get gratitude. I get gratitude. All right. Yeah. Be sure to ground yourselves, pour y'all libations out. Do something fun that you love to do that's centered in your heart. That's gonna help you ascend at this time. All right, y'all. That's that's my message. I'm high. I'm high as hell right now. I'm naturally high, bro. They did pull me up to the mother seat, to the mothership. And that's where we headed. We headed to bliss. We headed to joy. We headed to love. We got to make sure we detoxing and purifying things so we can be clear. So we can be a clear channel for divine light. All right, you guys. I love y'all. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think, how y'all feeling, what's going on. And yeah, I catch y'all on the next one. Peace.